expanding operations.
We have entered a new phase in our war against Hamas,
with strikes affecting the population in southern Gaza. A long-awaited moment for a veteran.
As soon as I got that letter and I started reading it, I was ecstatic.
After his sacrifice 5 decades ago, graduate students represent their work.
We're about doing it over presenting it.
At an event from an association of portfolios at FIU. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Julian Davis.
I'm Samantha Gutierrez. Today is Tuesday, December 5th, 2023.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Israeli armed vehicles approach new grounds in Gaza with the continuation of the war. According to a UN organization, 8 out of every 10 Gaza residents are displaced, nearly 2 million people.
And as CNN's Ivan Rodriguez reports, Israel ground forces have now expanded their operations.
Israeli ground forces are now operating in southern Gaza.
we have entered a new phase in our war against Hamas.
The IDF said Monday that they have hit hundreds of targets in Gaza just a day after they expanded ground operations to the entire enclave following the collapse of a truce with Hamas. And the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is growing as nearly 80% of the total population in Gaza is now displaced, according to the UN.
If you look at Rafah, it used to have a population of 280,000 people. We know that there are over 700,000 people in the city now, and more people are coming.
The UN says the civilian death toll in Gaza is rapidly increasing, and the United States is stepping up pressure on Israel to protect more civilians as combat operations resume.
I have repeatedly made clear to Israel's leaders that protecting Palestinian civilians in Gaza is both a moral responsibility and a strategic imperative.
Israel maintains it is going out of its way to protect civilians.
What we are doing is trying to get people out of harm's way. We are very attentive to what the administration and our military-to-military counterparts are telling us.
The IDF announced on Monday that 2 soldiers were killed in combat in northern Gaza on Monday. This comes as Israeli military officials say their objectives in northern Gaza are nearly completed.
We haven't defeated them totally militarily in the north yet, but we've made good progress.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Families of mass shooting victims here in Florida banded together for a wrongful death lawsuit. They're making the argument that the Dollar General store in Jacksonville did not have the proper security at the time of the August shooting. The lawsuit even brought up the shooter's family, Dollar General, and the Interface Security System company, accusing them of negligence during this situation.
A Vietnam veteran gets the recognition he deserves this morning after receiving a major military honor that was more than 5 decades overdue. Reporter Donnie Tuggle has more from community of College Station, Texas, just outside Houston.
As soon as I got that letter and I started reading it, I was ecstatic.
56 years after being ambushed and wounded while carrying out a search and destroy mission in South Vietnam, Army medic Saturino Carpio has finally been awarded the Purple Heart.
8 of us got hit by a Claymore mine. 2 of us got hit pretty seriously, and we're the ones that got sent back home. The rest of them were sent back to their unit. It's been a long time. Apparently this medal never caught up with me on the way.
Surrounded by family and friends,
a couple of them got on me for not telling them anything. Like, Dad, how come we don't know all this?
Carpio says he's grateful for those that helped him along the way, like retired veteran service officer Johnny Yepis and veterans advocate Mike Sutherland.
We started working on this case when I was still working at the county. And then after I left the county, we still continued to go forward and trying to get the mission accomplished. And finally he received it, and I'm very ecstatic. I'm very happy for him.
I don't want to say boost your ego, but it helps you mentally overcome a lot of that stuff that you have to deal with. It's because people, they know people are watching them and are thankful for what they've done for the nation.
Carpio says while 56 years is a long time to wait for anything, he came close to losing hope, but is so thankful he didn't.
That's quite a few times, quite a few. Or, you know, you're like, you kind of give up, but then, just sat back and waited. And, once I sent off that letter from Waco, I said, well, if I don't get it now, that's going to be it. But I got it, thank God.
That was Donnie Tuggle from KBTX reporting. A veterans group in the area plans to hold a public ceremony this Thursday to acknowledge this accomplishment.
Officials dealing with the tragic death of an American tourist after a shark attack. The 44-year-old woman went paddleboarding with a relative when she was bitten about 3/4 of a mile from the shore of the resort yesterday. The lifeguard noticed the attack and quickly went to the water on a boat to rescue the man and woman. Unfortunately, efforts were unsuccessful.
The emergency medical services responded to this scene. They thoroughly assessed the victim and they declared that she showed no vital signs of life.
Authorities say CPR was performed on the woman, but she suffered severe injuries on the right side of her body and her identity has not been released.
Police dealing with an escaped kangaroo half rolled away from its natural habitat. They managed to capture an escaped kangaroo near Toronto over the weekend, all without any help from down under. The kangaroo was sighted 3 times after it jumped over the handler's head. After 3 days, the Durham police were able to capture the kangaroo by its tail right near where it first escaped.
FIU's Art Plus Art History Department launched a National Portfolio Day where they welcomed many art students for their first visit to Miami. Caplin News reporter Daniela Tholke was there yesterday afternoon.
FIU's Art and Art History Department hosted one of its first National Portfolio Day in South Florida here at the Covens Conference Center, where they welcomed art students from all around the world.
So this is a purely experiential learning program. So this is about doing.
But we're looking at students who are interested in entering MFA, Master of Fine Arts programs. So these would be current college students or graduates of an undergraduate program who are looking to go on to further education in the arts.
Radcliffe Art and Design, we're about doing it over presenting it. So if you want to get something done, you want to do it your own way, this is the place to come.
I just want to see what they're really passionate about and to see what indications of that are visible in the portfolio and then give feedback based on that, on that criteria. So it's really, they're going to be coming from all kinds of disciplines, some of which I may or may not know as much about, So I think it's really important for them to talk about their work and their interests and why they're interested in pursuing an art degree.
And even realities do change. Current MFA student Mark Herrera, who is in his second year, attended National Portfolio Day as a reviewer.
I want to encourage the next generation of potential BFA, MFA students. Because I was there. I remember being nervous about whether or not I was good enough to get into a program, and so I want to be on that side of the table that says, yeah, you can do this.
Students are encouraged to bring in their work, whether it's a photograph, paintings, or sculpture, in their portfolio. This is a great way to get their portfolios reviewed by professionals from international colleges and universities. At FIU, for Caplin News, I'm Daniela Tholke.
If you are a member of Amazon Prime student, the company is coming in clutch this holiday season. The company is offering 3,000 student Prime members to take domestic flights during the holidays for only $25. This amazing offer is due to Amazon partnering with Student Universe. 1,000 flights will be offered for 3 consecutive days.
An FIU football star is getting ready to make a big move.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Miami, it's like alive, it's fun.
Miami Art Week gets started with something big. More creative things will be back in 2 minutes.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
All about art, with a big unveiling to mark the start of Miami Art Week. The intricate composition unveiled in the Design District.
Caplin News' reporter Virginia Tijerino explains how, as complex as the mural is, it's literally only half the picture.
Art Basel Week has officially started here at Jungle Plaza. We're celebrating the unveiling of the mural Chronicles of Miami by artist JR.
The mural aims to create a narrative and highly realistic composition of Miami, according to the artist's website. The opening party included food vendors and even Brazilian pop artist Anitta set to perform.
A representation of Miami. It's like alive, it's fun. People are coming together, have a good time. It's about like community, you know, culture, which is super rich in like Miami. Yeah.
People also mentioned why they attended the opening party.
I'm a big fan of JR. I really love his work. I've been following muralists for a long time. I'm friends with a lot of graffiti artists in Miami. His murals really speak to me. A lot of them are in black and white. They have political messages.
Lastly, the artist spoke about the creation process during the opening party.
And we photographed them individually and record their story. And we went all over Miami to record more than 1,000 stories. So what you're seeing here is only half of the mural. The other half is at Super Blue. How many people here are in the mural? Oh wow, I love that. So, well, many people made me love Miami.
Make sure you check out JR's mural and keep an eye out for Art Basel events still ahead. I'm Virginia Tijerino reporting for Caplin News.
FIU fans saw the team's best receiver go to a place they never wanted to see, the campus of Notre Dame. Chris Mitchell posting on X that he, quote, had a great visit to South Bend this weekend, go Irish, end quote. Mitchell entered the transfer portal after totaling more than 1,000 receiving yards for the Panthers. Much more on this story in a new article out today on caplinnews.fiu.edu. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
Actor.
it's time we take a step forward
it's time we take a step forward,
Come together.
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Samantha Gutierrez.
And I'm Julian Davis. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.